Hi, how are you?
I'm good, but I am concerned about Edgemont Incorporation.
Why are you concerned? From what I have heard, it sounds like it might be a good idea.
It will be wildly expensive.
This is not what the initial numbers suggest. Policing, sanitation and recreation costs could fall. Other costs, such as debt expense, will stay the same.
That sounds wildly expensive.
The numbers suggest that we might even save money and direct the funds so that we get better services than we do as part of the town.
That sounds wildly expensive.
What about that sounds expensive?
That sounds wildly expensive.
Anything in particular that sounds expensive?
We need an experienced planning board.
The Greenberg Planning Board has not done a good job for Edgemont. After more than a decade, we still don't even have a comprehensive plan.
We need an experienced planning board.
This is the same planning board that was in power when the Fortress Bible incident occurred. We are paying millions in settlement costs because they discriminated against an African American church.
We need an experienced planning board.
It was on their watch that the zoning map was changed and not corrected, which caused the Roma debacle. It has brought more litigation and a potentially dangerous problem for their school district.
We need an experienced planning board.
It looks like they are doing it again with this Shelbourne development. I don't think that the planning board has Edgemont's interests at heart.
We need an experienced planning board.
Couldn't we create our own planning board with qualified people that have our interests at heart?
I am not going to sign the petition. You shouldn't either.
I still have some questions before I vote for incorporation, but I want to continue to learn more.
I am not going to sign the petition. You shouldn't either.
It's not a vote for incorporation. It just allows there to be a vote. So many of our neighbors want to vote on this, it only seems fair that we have one and let the community decide.
I am not going to sign the petition. You shouldn't either.
If we decide that incorporation is not a good idea, we can always vote no. I think that the community deserves a chance to be heard.
I am not going to sign the petition. You shouldn't either.
If I don't sign the petition, isn't that just silencing our neighbors?
There needs to be more work done.
I believe that the EIC is preparing a plan. The work I have seen so far is quite impressive.
There needs to be more work done.
I understand that they have engaged consultants and lawyers to assist them. It sounds like they are doing some comprehensive work.
There needs to be more work done.
It sounds as if it's a challenging task because the budget that is published by the town of Greenberg is not user-friendly.
There needs to be more work done.
I would think that the town would have some of this information. Don't they need it to make budget decisions?
There needs to be more work done.
If the EIC presents a convincing plan, will that change your mind?
If they can't show me a detailed budget, right now, it proves that incorporation is bad.
What is the rush?
If they can't show me a detailed budget, right now, it proves that incorporation is bad.
It takes time to do this kind of work, and given the materials from the town are not great, I think that we should be patient as they finish their work.
If they can't show me a detailed budget, right now, it proves that incorporation is bad.
If we give them the time that they need to put together a well-researched plan, it should give us the information we need to make an informed decision.
If they can't show me a detailed budget, right now, it proves that incorporation is bad.
We have no idea what the Edgemont budget is now, because the town doesn't give us that information.
The EIC process has not been transparent and inclusive.
The EIC has answered any questions that have been asked. What about the EIC is not transparent and inclusive?
The EIC process has not been transparent and inclusive.
There seems to be a lot of community involvement, and they are sharing their findings as they complete them. What more do you want them to do?
The EIC process has not been transparent and inclusive.
They have well identified themselves and been clear about their opinions. You might be thinking of the ECF. They are the group that organized a meeting, loaded with town representatives. They haven't identified exactly who is involved, and they have not been upfront about the fact that they are a group formed to oppose incorporation.
The EIC process has not been transparent and inclusive.
Once the EIC publishes their work, we will have a better idea of the work they have done and whether incorporation makes sense.
If we incorporate, we won't have police protection, or a place to park.
That's not true. We will have the option to buy policing from the town at the same price we pay now, or establish our own police department. This could be less expensive and provide a better level of service than we have now, because they won't be so far away.
If we incorporate, we won't have police protection, or a place to park.
I understand that the parking authority in Hartsdale must sell us the parking spots that are in Edgemont at a prescribed price. It sounds as if the parking situation could improve for Edgemont residents.
If we incorporate, we won't have police protection, or a place to park.
I think that your facts are not correct.
I have to go now and share all of my great information with the community on Nextdoor, so that they know how bad Incorporation is. If Edgemont incorporates, it will be very, very bad. Worse than hell, and with wildly high taxes.
I think you should check your facts before you spread them. They don't seem to be correct.
Incorporation would be worse than the Holocaust and the Black Plague combined, and with wildly high taxes.
I think that you are overreacting. None of the information points in that direction, and the other incorporated villages in the town of Greenwood have not had a bad experience with Incorporation.
Your personal attacks are very cruel. My feelings are hurt.
I am not attacking you personally. I am just pointing out that some of your comments are not factually correct.
We can agree to disagree, so long as you understand that Incorporation will be wildly expensive, and is the work of the devil. Have a nice day.
Goodbye.